Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
We're following two big stories at this hour. First, a manhunt in a quadruple homicide crosses state lines and ends in a shootout with police.
But we begin in Sterling Heights, where rescue crews have just delivered the grim news. A man has died in a trench collapse. Let's get right to Jermont Terry. He's live on Mountain Road, just north of 18 Mile. Jermont, what can you tell us?
Kimberly and Devin, this has quickly turned from a rescue mission to, unfortunately, recovery mission after this worker was caught when this trench collapsed on top of him. Now, the worker was in the process of digging the trench when the dirt fell on top of him, as I mentioned, trapping him. Now, after a 2-hour search for the man, fire and rescue crews were unsuccessful in even locating him. It's believed he was in the area that's at least 4 feet wide and could be as deep as 10 feet. No one knows where the man was because the investigation shows that the man was not working with the team. He was digging the trench all by himself.
All the information we have is that it was only one worker working alone. Still haven't found exactly where he's at. From our understanding is he could be anywhere in a 10-foot span at the bottom of that. So we've got a vac truck coming from the DPW. We have to take it slowly and safely so that we don't get anybody hurt.
And back here on the scene, you can see that they have brought out lights because right now it's unclear how long it will take to find this individual's body. We do know that OSHA is already on scene investigating. As you know, whenever someone has to dig a trench, they should put up shoulders and walls, but it doesn't appear that that was taking place. So there's a separate investigation going on, but the priority right now is to try to locate this man who's been trapped in this trench for over 3 hours now. For now, reporting live in Sterling Heights, I'm Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont, also breaking right now, a deadly shooting at a gas station sparks an all-day manhunt that ends across the state line in Ohio.
This started with the gunman killing 3 people on the west side, then a 4th at a home nearby. Police say that he then carjacked someone in Van Buren Township, was finally stopped just south of Toledo where shots were exchanged with police. We bring in Larry Spruill, who is where all of this started. Larry, I guess the shooter in this case, it turns out at the end, shot himself, right?
That is exactly correct, Devin. He shot himself, and we did learn that that shooter is now dead. Police say he shot and killed 3 people at this gas station. And I spoke with family members tonight. They tell me that the male victim in this case, that he is a deacon and a father. One of the female victims is his daughter. The other one was a neighbor he was taking to work. And now neighbors tell me they lost their lives too soon.
Raphael Hall is one of our deacons and one of our best deacons.
Pastor Spencer Ellis of the Citadel Praise Church tells me he's just lost for words Monday night after hearing the news about his church member, Raphael Hall.
Our hearts are heavy. We pray for his wife and his family and for our church family, in his family, even for this community.
Police say Hall, his daughter, and another woman were shot to death at this gas station on Detroit's west side by this man, 27-year-old George Anthony Davis Jr. It's news Hall's brother just does not understand.
Working man, church-going man, and I mean, that's the only thing I can really say, you know, because he don't have no enemies.
Investigators say Davis pulled up to the SUV the 3 victims were in. Davis and the passenger have a child together and started arguing. That's when, out of nowhere, Davis started shooting, killing all 3 victims.
It's tragic, all the stuff that unfortunately, senseless violence, senseless killing. We can't find other ways to resolve things. We can't disagree without being disagreeable.
Local 4 learned the suspect died from his injuries. And the family tells me, obviously, this is a tough time for them now. I spoke with Hall's pastor. He tells me something needs to be done about the crime in this neighborhood. I'm working on that part of the story, all new tonight at 6. We're live on Detroit's west side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
And Larry, the whodunit of this all seems pretty clear, but I'm wondering if there was any video, any surveillance cameras at the gas station.
Yeah, Devin, I spoke with police earlier today, and they tell me that there are cameras outside the gas station, and those cameras did catch the murder in action. Right now, they are trying to enhance that video. That's what they are working on at this very moment.
All right, Larry, we'll see you again at 6. Now to brand new information on a number of fronts in the investigation into Larry Nassar's crimes. and how he was able to go unchecked for so long.
State lawmakers are set to push through a string of bills to keep this from ever happening again. But first, the U.S. Department of Education is now stepping in. Rod Maloney is live in Lansing tonight, where Nassar's victims are meeting with lawmakers right now. And Rod, these are two very big developments here.
Major developments, because now we're going to see more boots on the ground at Michigan State University from the Department of Education. Betsy DeVos saying that she needs to send more investigators in a Title IX investigation and is going to be looking at the way Michigan State University handles its sexual assault reporting. It has received fines in the past as a result of this. In fact, one of the largest fines ever levied against the university in a previous case having to do with a murder in a dorm. And so now they're going to be looking at the way that gets handled. Betsy DeVos saying that she felt the need to send more people in to conduct that investigation. At the same time, the Michigan State Legislature here in Lansing has been working on a package of bills, and in fact, I'm holding a group of them here. There are 10 of them where they're going to be trying to really put some serious teeth now into Michigan law as it relates to sexual assault. They're going to be changing the rumors of removes the statute of limitation. It also has mandatory reporting rules now. It increases what you have to do.
She was articulate to my hometown and the school that I always dreamed of and that I. This legislation, this conversation we are having here today, gives survivors hope. It gives survivors life. It gives survivors access to our justice system, and it further restricts a community's ability to enable the predators that live among us. This legislation is essential to a survivor's healing and well-being. It sends survivors the message, you matter. These changes say what happened to you is important and will not go ignored. You matter.
That was Sterling Reithman, who was one of the Larry Nassar victims in this case. She was talking about this package of legislation, 10 different bills having to do with a number of different things, including mandatory reporting, removing governmental immunity. In other words, if you work for a governmental organization, you can now be sued. Also increases penalties for child pornography. And they believe that this entire package will have a dramatic impact on getting more criminal sexual assault on children reported and also having it acted on. Back to you.
Now, Rod, I know, as we have reported and as you know, some of the victims say they reported this abuse to MSU coaches and trainers. I'm wondering if there were any other names that were brought up today other than Larry Nassar's.
Right. It was, well, Kathy Klegus, the MSU athletics or the gymnastics coach at the time, was brought up for particular scorn by a number of the victims who now say that they have become survivors because they believe that with this legislation it changes the game out here. But they believe that Kathy Klegus was derelict in her duty, and they said so quite publicly here today.
Much more to come on this, and Rod, we know you'll keep us posted. Thank you.
All right, let's turn now to the weather, because look out. Tomorrow we could actually see 60 degrees in February.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And I guess we'll take it for February. That's for sure. Let's get over to bed.
Take it and run with it. Yeah, you know, last week we really couldn't put everything together. We had the mild air, but the rain, and today we had it all on our plate. 51 is where we sit right now, and it came with a huge dose of sunshine. Even though tomorrow morning is going to start out pretty chilly, right around that freezing mark, we're going to hit 50 by lunchtime. By 3 o'clock, we'll be in the mid-50s, and with a strong southwest wind, we're going to make a run at a record high before we close the books on tomorrow. It is going to be a freezing finish tonight, so we'll talk about the temperatures in the morning. Of course, that's near a record high tomorrow. But beyond that, rain and snow, both in the forecast. We'll see if that's going to be any problems for us by later in the week. All coming up in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Repairs on a gas main are underway in downtown Northville. That's because there was a break in it this morning. Main break is at Wing and Main Streets. So police are currently diverting traffic from Wing and Main, but also Center and Katy Streets as well. Consumers Energy says one of their own crews was doing replacement work and hit the main. No evacuations have been ordered, though. A bullet found in Lakeshore High School forces a lockdown.
The bullet was found in a locker room this morning at the high school in St. Clair Shores. The school believes it was an effort to disrupt school operations. After investigating, though, police did not believe anyone was in danger and the lockdown was lifted. As a precaution, though, there was a heightened police presence in the school for the remainder of the day. And be sure to stay with us ahead at 5:30 here with the Florida officer fired for not going inside Stoneman Douglas High School as a shooting rampage was going on, says really happened. And then ahead at 6, how local prosecutors aren't holding back on the people who make school threats.
Emergency pothole repairs continuing this week. Let's start with eastbound 696. It'll have the 2 right lanes closed from DeQuinder to Mound. To southbound I-75 we go. Only the left lane is going to be open. That'll be from Adams to Long Lake. And finally, southbound US 24, it'll have the right 2 lanes open from Orchard Lake to Square Lake. All those repairs, this round of them anyway, expected to end by 7 o'clock tonight.
And MDOT is imposing additional spring weight restrictions to help protect roads. Starting today, weight restrictions will be imposed and enforced on all state truck line highways. On routes designated all season, there will be no reduction in legal axle weight. However, for routes designated as seasonal, there will be 2 different weight reductions. On concrete roads, the weight reduction is 25%, and on asphalt, there will be a 35% reduction.
Schools in the Lincoln Consolidated School District in Ypsilanti will be back open tomorrow despite a bus driver shortage. Today, the district was forced to close because they had a lack of substitute bus drivers. As for tomorrow, superintendent expects there to be enough drivers to cover the routes and resume classes as scheduled. All right, much more ahead here today at 5.
Here's Nick.
A unique program with the Sterling Heights Police Department trying to add members to their ranks. How they're going to do it virtually.
All right, Nick, also, how's this for scary? What we're learning after a top CDC scientist called off work sick hasn't been seen or heard from since.
A fast food worker at this McDonald's was shot in the face by a man armed with a paintball gun, and you won't believe what set this guy off.
New at 6.
Heavy hearts downriver today as family and friends gather to say goodbye to a detective who lost his battle with leukemia. Steve?
ATMs are great because they're convenient. Unfortunately, also for the crooks.
I got my alert Friday, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night on my phone that there was a large withdrawal.
I'll show you what you need to know so you don't become a target.
All right, Steve. Well, this is Kavona, and the mark you see right here on her face is from a paintball someone shot at her while she was working at a McDonald's in Dearborn.
And now she is sharing her terrifying story to Local 4. Priya Mann spoke to her just a short time ago. And Priya, first off, how is she doing?
Kimberly, she is in a lot of pain. She's at home and she's recovering. She's really one of the sweetest young women you could meet. And she was just doing her job, working the overnight shift at this McDonald's drive-thru, when for the most mundane reason, a man armed with a paintball gun shot her in the face.
I was opening up the window to get money. I didn't know he was going to shoot me in the face.
Kavana's left cheek is painfully swollen.
If it was any closer, I probably would have been blind because the impact was so hard that my face is still stiff.
The 25-year-old fast food worker was shot in the face by an angry customer armed with a paintball gun.
I was holding it and the blood was just spilling down. And I looked over at my McDonald's shirt and it was yellow paint splattered everywhere mixed with blood.
Just after 1 Monday morning, a customer pulled up at this McDonald's drive-thru on Michigan and Gully in Dearborn. He asked for an ice cream and a frappe, but it just so happened both machines were being cleaned at the time.
It's sad because people think we're lying about, the machines and everything, and it's not our fault. It's the truth.
Although irritated, the man ordered a 10-piece and some sandwiches. When he pulled up, Kavana opened the window slightly.
And I held my hand out, and he had the gun out like this, and he shot me close range.
Kavana says she's worried she'll be blamed.
People think it's my fault, and I did something wrong, and it's my customer service. It's not my fault. He decided he wanted to shoot me in the face with a paintball gun.
Kavana says she's praying for the shooter and the safety of other fast food workers.
What if it was a gun, you know what I'm saying? What if it was a real weapon, and what if I got real hurt? I could have died.
Close look at whatever those surveillance cameras may have captured, whether this man's identity or, more importantly, the license plate on that vehicle. Kavana says she's scared to come back to work, but her bills won't pay themselves. She's scared, but says she's going to review her options. Dearborn police are investigating tonight, calling this a heinous crime. Reporting live from Dearborn, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Absolutely unreal. Okay, Priya, thanks.
You might even had your windows down driving around today. Wasn't it nice?
So nice, but I'm a little bit worried about what it's going to do to our plants because some of the lilies are starting to kind of peak up a little bit, and it's too soon.
We are getting pictures of a lot of stuff that's starting to bloom out a little bit, but at least we get some warm temperatures out of this.
We'll take it.
For a short period of time.
Really nice.
51 is where we're at right now, and we're going to get even warmer for the next 2 days. You can see down to the south, 55 in Indy, 60s hanging out in Kansas City and St. Louis, and tomorrow that strong southwest wind kicks in and starts dragging some of those warmer numbers right up into our backyard. But even up north, look at this. Alpena's at 45, UP at 41, Duluth 43, where they've got over 20 inches of snow on the ground. So my guess is that's going to make a big dent in that. The pups are out in the water. This is Lake Huron, by the way. Got up to 50 degrees, and they decided they're going to go take a dip. This is outside of Lexington. Christine sent us that on Storm Pins. That has got to be chilly out there. High pressure is on top of us tonight and tomorrow. So not only do we get these warm temperatures, unlike last week when we had to fight off all that rain with it, tomorrow we get the sunshine back. So it is going to be a fantastic day. The only fly in the ointment is going to be those strong southwest winds. Could be up to 25, maybe gusting even higher than that as we get into the afternoon. Rain not far around the corner. This is early on Wednesday morning. So for the morning commute, we're going to be getting wet. And with that front just sort of hanging around through the day, scattered showers are going to be on and off through the day on Wednesday. Going into Thursday, a second system approaches. This one's got more moisture with it, and we'll start getting a few showers in the morning. But watch what happens towards the tail end of Thursday. Once that sun goes down, moisture still hanging around, and we could be seeing snow in the southern part of the state. It's going to be out of here by Friday morning. Right now, it looks like we are going to get some accumulation. How much is still up in the air because it depends on the timing of that, how much of that moisture leaves before the temperatures fall. But safe to say we'll probably see at least the ground covered in a couple spots as we get into Thursday. 33 tonight for the overnight low. Skies are going to be clear. So even though we're going to see around freezing there in the city and our metro zone, further outside of that, most of us are going to be in the 20s. Look at these highs tomorrow. Almost 60 degrees, 59 in the city and also in Romulus. By the way, record high tomorrow, 63. Set back in the bicentennial, 1976. 60 degrees in Blissfield, Adrian, Morenci. Probably a good bet that there's going to be some spots in our south zone that actually get higher than 60 degrees tomorrow. Upper 50s in our west zone and north zone. Even up into Sanilac County, you're looking at mid-50s with sunshine tomorrow, so not too shabby. But again, rain and snow as we get into Wednesday and then Thursday. Weekend doesn't look half bad, I should say. Temperatures a little bit cooler, but that's all above average. 39 there on Friday, that's average for this time of year, but we're going to be into March by that point.
That's exactly right.
So I think we're doing okay on the temperature.
Yeah. But a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to get rid of winter,
keep it interesting.
Hang on. Yeah.
All right, let's check in with Dr. McGeorge.
Sitting down on the job, well, it's taking a toll. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. See how to stand up for your health and to make it count even more.
All right, Frank, but first, it sounds like the plot of a horror film. A top scientist at the Centers for Disease Control calls in sick, but hasn't been seen since. That's next.
Ready to tackle your clutter and mess?
What I tell clients is this didn't happen overnight, so we can't declutter overnight.
At noon, a professional organizer shares how to avoid wasting money on organizing products that you don't really need. Then at 4, spoiling alert, why having too many toys could actually be bad for your kids and their development.
Parents say, my kids have all these toys and yet they never play with them.
At 5, what's your clutter doing to your kids? The hidden impact of living in a disorganized home. Then at 6, where to start? We're going inside a local home for a crash course in getting rid of clutter. And finally at 11, it's the touchy topic of your parents' clutter. What to do when your mom and dad have too much stuff. We're uncluttering your life all day on Local 4.
A nationwide search for missing CDC scientist Timothy Cunningham continues as the days have now turned into weeks.
Cunningham vanished without a trace 14 days ago, leaving his wallet, keys, cell phone, and even his dog behind. He's a Harvard-trained CDC employee who has responded to serious Ebola and Zika outbreaks. According to Cunningham's father, he told a supervisor he was not feeling well and headed home.
I will say that we as a family were aware of some personal issues that were going on with Tim. There was also some work issues that had occurred.
Well, I'm really praying that something will jog his mind and that whatever state he's in, that he would come back to us.
Crime Stoppers is offering a $10,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest in this case.
Insa Cosby, the daughter of embattled comedian Bill Cosby, has died from renal disease. Renal disease is a condition that impairs kidney function. Despite her father's fame, Insa lived a life away from the spotlight. Recently, she had been vocal in her support of her father's innocence, though. But Insa Cosby was just 44 years old.
Even after rising gasoline prices over the past week, Michigan remains below the national average. The national average sits at $2.51, which is 2 cents less than last week. In Michigan, gas went up about 4 cents, putting the statewide average at about $2.50. The least expensive gasoline in the state can be found right here in Metro Detroit, where we're paying about $2.44 for a gallon of gas.
New at 5:30.
What this father found left him shocked and angry. New tonight, how he helped catch a predator red-handed.
President Trump and governors from all over the country are facing pressure to step up school safety after the latest school shooting.
A mentoring program that you haven't seen before, young kids, virtual computing, and the police department all rolled into one.
Next wheel.
Students in Macomb County have a new tool in front of them to help make an important decision on their careers. A website is connecting students with professionals to answer their questions about jobs.
But now the Sterling Heights Police Department is jumping in to help students and maybe recruit officers.
So there are a lot of mentoring programs, but this one is certainly different. One-on-one connection with the police officer, because Sterling Heights Police, they are drastically in need of officers. But they're not the only area.
I love everything about my job.
You usually will have no trouble finding a cop to tell you how much they like their job. And frankly, Officer Tricia Latour doesn't understand why somebody wouldn't like it.
I don't understand it. I feel as if this job is very rewarding on a daily basis.
And that sentiment makes Officer Latour the perfect coach for this, an online virtual coach, a mentor, living inside your computer. The Sterling Heights Police Department has partnered with My Bright Future, connecting students with almost any kind of professional they want. Right now, there's 600 mentors signed up. It's the difference between reading about a job or asking someone, actually doing the job. And for Sterling Heights PD, there's kind of a selfish motivation. They need more officers.
When I took the test in Sterling Heights to become a police officer in 1994, 700 of us showed up at Stevenson High School to take the test. 700. Our last time that we offered the test here in Sterling Heights, we had 88 applicants.
But this is a Macomb County project. Sterling Heights officers will be talking to kids from any school in the county, which could then benefit several police agencies that aren't getting enough applicants.
Some cities are getting 10, 15 applicants, or zero.
And for Officer Latour, this is an opportunity to help students make that career decision, and she will be real with them.
I think it's just something that you can't fake. When someone asks you a question, whether it's, how do you like your job, or should I do it, or you have to be honest and give them real answers.
In Sterling Heights, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
My Bright Future isn't just for those interested in law enforcement. There are nearly 600 professionals on the site, so students really can ask questions about almost any career. A former Detroit police officer bound over today on charges of beating up a man for no apparent reason.
Edward Hicks is now a police officer in Washington State. He is accused of beating Deonta Stewart on a night back in August of 2016. Stewart said he feared being robbed when a man started chasing him in the dark, but stopped and got on the ground when he saw that man was a police officer.
Does the person say anything to you when he catches up to you?
The only thing he said was, "Why did you run?"
Okay. And what does he do? Describe specifically what he does.
He turned me over. He said, "Why did you run?" Then he turned me over and hit me in my face about 5 times.
A charge against Hicks of assault with intent to do great bodily harm was dropped, but he will trial on aggravated assault and other charges. He is due back in court in 2 weeks. The police officer blamed for failing to enter a Florida high school while 17 people were killed claims he's been unfairly labeled a coward and that he did nothing wrong. A lawyer representing Scott Peterson said in a statement, quote, "Mr. Peterson is confident that his actions on that day were appropriate under the circumstances, and that the video will exonerate him of any subpar performance. Peterson retired after being suspended without pay.
President Trump is vowing to take action on gun control. Today, he laid out a few of his ideas in an event with many of the nation's governors. Still, with Congress getting back to work after a week off, the path to any gun control law is looking pretty narrow. Blaine Alexander has the story from the White House.
Well, hello to you from the White House. Today, in a meeting with President Trump and governors from all around the country, school safety was a top priority. Some governors offering ideas of their own and even challenging some of President Trump's. In Florida, a community struggling to recover after the latest school shooting. And in Washington, President Trump with the nation's governors under pressure to stop it from happening again.
Bump stocks, we're writing that out. I'm writing that out.
The president promising to act on guns if Congress won't, and revealing he met over the weekend with NRA leaders.
Don't worry about the NRA. They're on our side. You guys, half of you are so afraid of the NRA. There's nothing to be afraid of. And you know what? If they're not with you, we have to fight them every once in a while. That's okay. They're doing what they think is right.
The NRA rejecting President Trump's idea to raise the legal age for buying guns, but backing his controversial plan to arm teachers, a non-starter for some governors.
I've listened to the first grade teachers that don't want to be pistol packing first grade teachers.
The president slamming the deputy who did not go inside the school to confront the gunman.
If you don't know until you test it, but I think I really believe I'd run in there even if I didn't have a weapon.
Across town, members of Congress returning to work for the first time since the Parkland shooting, but no new bills on the table. The father of one Florida victim pleading with lawmakers to forget the idea of arming teachers.
It will not make our children safer. It would have killed more kids.
Welcome back! Yes! Today, teachers returning to the school to prepare for a new normal, with classes resuming on Wednesday. And President Trump will hold a bipartisan meeting with lawmakers this Wednesday to discuss gun control. At the White House, Blaine Alexander, Local 4.
The calendar may say February, but it's sure feeling like full-fledged spring out there.
Just wants to get a jump start on us, which I think we're okay with.
Totally fine. Loving it.
Look at this beautiful shot outside right now. All that sunshine. No snow on the ground for the end of February, but those temperatures, that tells the whole story. We got into the 50s in almost all locations today, and we're still there in Detroit at 51. 47 in Howell right now, Lapeer and Monroe in the upper 40s, and it gets even better tomorrow. Look at how we're going to progress through the day. Even though we're going to start out pretty chilly, we'll be right around that freezing mark in the morning. These are metro zone temperatures tomorrow, but we'll be pretty close, at least in the afternoon. There may be a little bit more of a difference here in the morning with a lot of spots in the 20s to start, but it's going to be a very quick warm up, thanks in part to a lot of sunshine, dry conditions, and strong winds. You have those three ingredients together, and temperatures usually soar, and that's going to be the case tomorrow. We're calling it 59. I would not be surprised if we overachieve that mark. And you see the record, 63, set back in 1976. So we're going to make a run at it. And then numbers falling to the mid-50s there by 6 p.m. And with the later sunsets, we'll get to enjoy this maybe even after dinner a little bit. So tomorrow, just a peak day of the week. We will talk about some cooler temperatures and rain and snow. All that's in the forecast in just a few minutes. Guys?
Well, a man is dead after losing control of his car on Detroit's west side this morning.
It happened in the area of Joy Road in Abington around 2 a.m. when the man hit the wall of a building, causing it to roll and land upside down. Rescuers needed the jaws of life to get him out, but he died later at the hospital. Police still trying to figure out how it all happened.
We're getting lots of comments on social media today after my exclusive Defenders investigation exposing the Ferndale police chief letting a mother of a police officer off after she blew twice the legal limit. Now, I was able to obtain footage from that traffic stop where the woman failed the sobriety test, including the breathalyzer. Once she told the chief her son was a Detroit cop, well, a decision was made not to arrest her, and in Chief Timothy Collins' words, he gave her a $10,000 gift. Meantime, Collins defending his decision, saying officers can use discretion when deciding when to arrest drunk drivers. Getting lots of feedback on this. Sue says nepotism at its finest. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And George says seems just a bit self-serving since her son is a police officer. You don't hear of anybody else getting those kind of breaks. We want to know what you think. Please contact us on our Local 4 Facebook page. I also posted the entire video of that traffic stop on our website, clickondetroit.com. Across Michigan tonight, we're following stories from up north in Kalkaska and St. Ignace.
But we want to start in Grand Rapids. That's where a man is facing peeping charges after a 14-year-old girl spotted a cell phone recording in the bathroom of a sandwich shop. The girl's father took this video inside the bathroom of Penn Station East Coast Subs with his own phone to show where the peeper's phone was and the angle at which he was recording. He used the video to inform restaurant staff as well as to warn other people about what was happening.
My daughter's been violated, so I feel like it's my duty to protect my daughter. And being in a public restroom, I didn't think that, you know what I'm saying, that I would have to protect her.
20-year-old Brandon Rosa is being held at the Kent County Jail. Phillips says he's an employee at that sandwich shop.
Moving over to St. Ignace, where steeplejacks were sent out to remove ice that was falling from the Mackinac Bridge's towers and cables. MDOT tweeted out these pictures of the steeplejacks after the falling ice forced 3 bridge closures just last week. They scaled the main cables to knock off enough loose ice to reopen the bridge. What a job. But ice still remains on the structure. The Bridge Authority is prepping people for more closures as the freeze and thaw weather cycle continues.
And that's scary when you're driving over there and you think what could be coming down from up there.
Really frightening.
Big heights.
Moving to Kalkaska, strong wind gusts caused Big Boy to do a big-time faceplant.
Yeah, this big boy has seen some better days, but despite the big guy's tumble, the restaurant remained open, but that's just the way Big Boy does it, you know? Sunday's winds, by the way, caused lots of damage and several power outages in the northern part of the lower peninsula. And the Big Boy tumbling there. A United Airlines flight had to make an emergency landing last night after a tire popped off during takeoff.
The flight was actually leaving Newark when the tire came off. The pilot decided to continue to go on to the destination of Portland International Airport. The plane was able to land without incident. No injuries reported. Passengers got off at the terminal normally and no other flights were affected. An American tourist in Japan is being questioned by Japanese police after a severed head was found in a holiday flat that he was renting. Police believe that head belongs to a Japanese woman who was last seen on security cameras walking with the suspect. She had supposedly told friends that she was meeting an American she met on an app. The suspect, who is from New York, has denied any connection. Police say he was seen carrying a large bag out of the building that he was staying in. As of now, no other human remains have been found.
Samsung unveils the company's newest smartphones, the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. It made the reveal at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. This newest model is taking on Apple's iPhone 10 and is a few $100s cheaper. The new phones are focused on camera upgrades, allowing the lens to capture better photos in low light, also to take super slow-mo videos and much more.
It has a makeup mode where you can apply makeup and buy it, or you can take a picture of an object and be able to also buy that through select retailers, all through the camera.
Well, that seems healthy. I knew that would get your attention. The S9 will also have a variety of unlock features, including iris scan, facial recognition, and it is keeping the fingerprint sensor, but it's going to be on the back of the phone now. It'll be available in blue, gray, black, and lilac. Pre-orders begin March 2nd.
I just needed something to make me not lose my phone. That's what I'm still working on.
Yeah, just beep when you can't find. It's in the couch. I'm in the couch. The rise of smartphones might be what's having some unintended consequences.
New tonight, what researchers say children are having a hard time doing because of all that swiping.
And worries over Instant Pots. New tonight, what the manufacturer is saying about the reports of them melting. Hey, Doc.
Sitting down on the job, well, it's taking a toll. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, stand up for your health and make it count even more.
The champ can do. New at 6.
Juveniles making threats of violence against schools. Prosecutors have something really special for you. How about ruining your life forever? I'll explain.
Can you believe the giant sinkhole that's out here?
Right now we are pumping water across the road to maintain the water flow that should be going to the culvert.
Lots and lots of questions about how and when they can get it fixed, but more than that, how are you protecting the neighbors? We'll let you know.
Wow, that's huge. In good health, are you sitting down on the job? Well, lots of people are.
They are. Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us with some inspiration to stand up for your health and make it count even more. Doc.
We've all seen those trendy treadmill desks, but let's face it, most companies aren't buying those for everyone anytime soon. And that's why new research looked at a much simpler solution. It's a common workplace conundrum. Many office jobs require long hours of sitting behind a desk, but a sedentary lifestyle has long been linked to multiple health problems, including weight gain and obesity. So would simply standing more often make any difference? Now, as a matter of fact, it might. A new study finds getting up and standing for 6 hours a day burns an extra 54 calories. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but assuming you don't change your eating habits, it translates into 5.5 pounds of weight loss over a year. Study author Dr. Francisco Lopez Jimenez of the Mayo Clinic takes it a step further, turning his workspace into a mini gym.
I love it. It's actually a $50 little piece of equipment and doesn't require any electricity.
He works in significantly more exercise during the typical 9 to 5 than the average person ever gets behind a desk. Experts say even minimal activity throughout the day compared to just sitting doing nothing can help prevent heart attacks and stroke.
We spend about 10 hours of our lives every day at work, way more than what we spend at home. So I think it makes sense to make our office one of our main settings for physical activity.
Raising the bar on the workday, or at least the workstation. Doctors say standing up more can also help ease back pain. Researchers hope more focus on the health benefits of adjustable workstations will encourage more employers to invest in them. Back to you.